The sudden appearance of this model of the Type 19 aircraft carrier online has sparked intense debate among Chinese military enthusiasts. Is it a genuine preview of the next domestically built carrier they've long anticipated, or a carefully crafted smokescreen? When photos of the model, clearly bearing the hull number 19 and the logo of a renowned shipyard, began circulating across major military forums, it instantly ignited fervor and controversy within the domestic military community. On one hand, it appears to clearly indicate the trajectory of China's aircraft carrier development following the Fujian-class carrier. On the other hand, several conspicuous design details on the model have raised eyebrows among seasoned observers, casting doubt on its authenticity. This sense of ambiguity, where truth and fiction, reality and illusion intertwine, has become a defining impression of China's military propaganda and secrecy efforts in recent years, even among enthusiastic domestic audiences. By selectively releasing information and employing ambiguity, the authorities effectively increase the cost and difficulty for external intelligence agencies analyzing China's military technological advancements, cloaking critical projects in a protective veil of fog. Yet for the vast community of military enthusiasts eager to understand their nation's defense achievements, this veil of secrecy often brings the sweet frustration of uncertainty. Speculation surrounding the next aircraft carrier serves as the latest stage for this very drama. The model itself appears to tell a seemingly logical story. The Arabic numeral 19, painted on the hull's side and island structure, directly identifies it as the fourth aircraft carrier of the People's Liberation Army Navy, the third domestically built carrier, continuing the hull number sequence from Liaoning, 16, Shandong, 17, to Fujian, 18. The inscription, CSSC Dalian Shipbuilding Industry Co. Limited, on the model's base further underscores its significant origins. Dalian is the birthplace of China's first domestically built carrier, the Shandong, making it a natural source for early conceptual models of the next generation carrier. However, scrutiny of the model's superstructure, particularly its island layout, raises questions. The most striking feature is the massive, conspicuous cylindrical structure at the rear of the island, widely interpreted as the smokestack essential to a conventionally powered carrier. This design appears to directly address the recent heated debate over whether China's next carrier would leapfrog to nuclear propulsion. Previously, the renowned concrete carrier mock-up in Wuhan underwent a key modification. Its superstructure island was relocated from the deck's midsection to the starboard rear. This change caused significant ripples in military analysis circles, as rearward placement of the island is a hallmark feature of nuclear-powered carriers. Conventionally powered carriers, requiring lengthy exhaust ducts from boilers to funnels, typically integrate the funnel with the island structure near the central engine room to minimize energy loss and internal space consumption. Nuclear-powered carriers, liberated from exhaust constraints, can feature more compact island designs that are freely positioned aft. This creates expansive forward deck space for aircraft maneuvering and takeoff, significantly enhancing carrier-based aircraft operational efficiency. Intriguingly, however, the Wuhan concrete carrier model shows a suspected smokestack-like structure behind its relocated island. This once sparked a compromise theory. China's next carrier might still use conventional propulsion, but ground facilities were being used to validate deck and island layouts for future nuclear-powered carriers. Now, this Model 19 appears to continue this hybrid approach. The island remains centrally positioned, and a massive funnel clearly emerges at the rear, seemingly confirming its conventional propulsion identity. However, it is precisely these seemingly plausible characteristics that reveal more flaws upon closer inspection. The primary concern is the severely disproportionate dimensions of this smokestack. Based on model photographs, the base width of this cylindrical structure nearly spans half the length of the island superstructure, presenting an overwhelmingly large volume that appears strikingly out of place on the deck. Reviewing the evolution of Chinese aircraft carriers, from the Liaoning to the Fujian, the primary design trend for island structures has been continuous miniaturization and integration. The Fujian, in particular, features a more streamlined and compact island, with the funnel highly integrated into the island's main structure. This reflects the modern carrier's imperative to reduce radar cross-section and optimize deck operational space. In contrast, the design depicted in the model not only reverts to a clearly separated island stack layout, but also features an excessively bulky stack that significantly encroaches on valuable deck space. This represents a notable technological regression. Given the advanced level of refinement already demonstrated in China's carrier designs, the likelihood of such a regression occurring is extremely low. While stack size correlates with propulsion system power, even when accommodating high-power conventional propulsion. Modern naval design strives to minimize superstructure dimensions through optimized internal piping layouts and more efficient exhaust treatment systems. It would never permit such a massive standalone stack to compromise the ship's stealth capabilities and deck functionality planning. The second glaring inconsistency lies in the radar's field of view. A large phased array radar array is clearly visible, mounted on the rear of the model's island superstructure. However, this massive funnel is positioned directly to the rear and side of the radar array. Based on the angle of the photograph, its height would sufficiently block the radar's detection beam over a significant portion of the airspace and sea surface to the left rear. This implies the vessel would suffer a critical detection blind spot, an extremely dangerous flaw in actual combat. In naval ship design, any nation prioritizes ensuring full 360-degree sensor coverage is paramount. This is achieved by elevating radar installations and strategically planning superstructure layouts to eliminate blind spots. Allowing a suspected smokestack structure to severely compromise the main radar's field of view, as depicted in the model, represents a fundamental design error that would never pass rigorous military review. The third detail pertains to established norms within the Chinese People's Navy. The model clearly displays the hull number 19 spray-painted on the outer wall of the island bridge. However, reviewing the operational history of Chinese aircraft carriers reveals that while the Liaoning briefly experimented with painting the hull number on the island during its early service, this practice was swiftly discontinued. Subsequent carriers, the Shandong and Fujian, did not replicate this design on their island structures, instead painting hull numbers only on both sides of the bow. This has become the current, standardized visual identification protocol for Chinese carriers. The model's deliberate recreation of this obsolete hull numbering scheme on the island appears retrograde and superfluous, undermining its credibility as an official preview model. In summary, while this suddenly surfaced model of the 19th aircraft carrier bears seemingly official markings and incorporates design elements consistent with some earlier speculations, several glaring flaws, including the retrograde giant split funnels, the layout severely compromising radar visibility, and the design violating current paint scheme standards, significantly undermine its authenticity. It appears more like a composite assembled from public information, partial rumors, and imagination, potentially even a deliberate misdirection, or a meticulously crafted fan model. While it remains possible that this is one of many early, discarded conceptual designs leaked unofficially, it is unlikely to be an accurate representation of China's next domestically built aircraft carrier. Will China's next aircraft carrier continue to deepen its pursuit of high-power conventional propulsion, or achieve the historic leap to nuclear propulsion? How will its island structure evolve further? The answers to these questions remain concealed within the military's stringent secrecy protocols. This model sparked debate underscores a crucial lesson in China's defense technology sphere, particularly regarding strategic assets like aircraft carriers, allowing more information to emerge. Maintaining rational observation and exercising patience are far more valuable than hastily drawing conclusions from a single unverified piece of intelligence. The real surprises may well be yet to come.